All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast. It's a pop-up podcast. Come on in the room. Let's chop it up. Happy hump day to each and every last one of you watching out there in Facebook land and YouTube land. Thank you all for joining us here on the Adams Brothers Podcast. We really appreciate you and all the love that you all have been giving us here in 2025 and in the past. We jumped on the scene back in 2020. This will be our 5th year. Next month, in March, will be our 5th year that we burst onto the scene, onto the podcasting scene. So thank you all for your love and support, man. We really appreciate you all. We're gonna drop some knowledge on you tonight here. We're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Super Bowl and the halftime show that everybody's been talking about. And hey, man, we're gonna have a good time here. We're only gonna be on here for maybe about 30 minutes or so. So we're not gonna be on here all night, but we're gonna be on here just to fill you in and update you on what's going on here with us in Deerfield Beach, Broward County, around the country. So let's chop it up. Let's get it. Let's see here what we got. All right. And if you want to get in on the dialogue, the number to call in is 754-227-1986, 754-227-1986.
We just got off a very interesting interview. Great conversation with mayoral candidate Timothy Chad Stevens. A lot of people might remember Mr. Stevens, a blogger from the around 2007, 2008 to probably around 2018. He's a candidate for mayor. So we just had Mr. Timothy Chad Stevens on with his vision for mayor. If you missed the interview, go back and look at it. We know everyone don't want to be seen. So they always go back and look at it because as soon as we get off, we have at least 2,000 views.
2,000 views. They'll never come on and watch us while we're live. I won't say never.
Right. But as soon as we get off,
they go back and watch it. They don't want us to see us.
Right. I would say within 40 minutes of us getting off, we have at least 2,000 to 3,000 views of our video. So we know we're doing something right. And I thank everyone. Also, folks, please donate to our podcast. It's on the ticker on the screen right now. You can do it by Cash App and Zelle. Adams Brothers Podcast. Cash App, Adams Brothers, $ Adams Brothers Podcast. Zelle, W Adams Brothers Podcast @gmail.com. Definitely don't forget about the Black Heritage Ball on February 20. What date is that, Daryl? The 27th, correct? I believe
it's the 22nd. Let me look at my calendar here. I believe it's going to be on the 22nd, February the 22nd. It's a Saturday evening. I'm sorry.
Yes, February 22nd, the Black Heritage Ball that will be held at the Doubletree Hotel. Also, while we're talking about the Black Heritage Ball, I saw some interesting comments that were made online just the other day about one of the candidates. I think it was on the City of Deerfield Beach website, and one of the candidates was saying today. Matter of fact, it was mayoral candidate Dan Hertz was saying he has his 2 tickets, and he was asking everyone else to go and attend. And someone came under there. I don't even know who the person is, and I don't care. But they came on there, and they said that they're not gonna go, but they're not gonna attend until it's a white Heritage Month. Yeah. I thought that was very low. Whoever that person was that said that came on there and put that comment on there. We have White Heritage Month every day, 365 days out of the year. And I can go back and say when we were going to school, when I was going to school back in the 70s and the 80s, we learned everyone else's history. We learned that from American history, American government, and we might have had a piece on George Washington Carver. We might have had a half a paragraph on George Washington Carver, Booker T. Washington, Dr. King, maybe Rosa Parks. I don't even remember
she was
Rosa Parks back in the days, but we might have had one page of Black history. So for that person to come on there and say they're not going to attend until we have White Heritage Month, I thought that was very low. Yeah. And the comment stayed on there, but someone, I believe on the City of Deerfield Beach website, took it off. But I mean, come on. This is where we at, folks. This is where we at now. To say about you're not going to attend unless you have White Heritage Month. Let me say this here too, and then I'm going to leave it alone because it just shows me where we are still in 2025. Maybe that person haven't been here in Deerfield Beach long enough. But when I was a kid going to elementary school around 1972, we used to, as walking to Deerfield Beach Elementary, they used to have something here called Cracker Day, now known as Founders Day. Okay, so
Pioneer Day?
Pioneer Day or whatever it's called now, Founders Day. But it was named. They used to put signs and banners just like you see right now along Hillsborough, saying Cracker Day. Yeah, we know what the word cracker mean. It was, from what my understanding, it was the farmers cracking the whip for the people picking the vegetables or whatever. But if that person might not have been here in Deerfield Beach long enough, and I doubt, because if they wouldn't have made that statement there about White Heritage Month, about they're not going to attend the Black Heritage Festival until it's a White Heritage Festival or whatever. We had something here called Cracker Day here, and a lot of people here were offended. A lot of Black people were offended by that. But you know what? Black people still attended that Cracker Day that was held every year at Pioneer Park. A lot of Black people still attended that. And I know we didn't have online back in those days, but to me, that was a disgraceful statement to come on and make. And the City of Deerfield Beach took it off. But you know what? It's all cool.
I mean, if you went crazy too.
If you feel that way, then don't come. I mean, we're not going to miss you. They're not going to miss me if I didn't come to the Black Heritage Festival. The Black Heritage Festival going to go on with it if me and Daryl or whoever else didn't come. So whoever that person was that wrote that comment on there, we're not going to miss you. And then I saw another despicable comment talking about DEI, City Hall. Come on.
Yeah, they went really in on this.
Folks. I mean, this is where we are here in Deerfield Beach. I mean, talking about a DEI City Hall. Come on. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all have at it. Y'all, if that's what y'all wanna, if that's where we are right now, then have at it. But I thought those were some despicable, disgraceful comments that were made on, and whoever made it, so be it. I know your names or whatever. I saw the names, and everybody just started sending it out, sharing it.
Yeah,
everyone was sending it throughout the community, and I think everybody shared my same sentiments about what was said on there about the DEI City Hall and about the White Heritage Festival. But so be it. Be as it may on that.
So anyway, we got a lot of comments. We got a lot of texts, man. Everybody, I'm sure everybody got the screenshot and everything. So it was some offensive comments on there. So whoever those people are over there in
wherever
the beach area, wherever you are, I can't say they're on the beach area, but those were some offensive comments made to a lot of people were offended, not just Black people. We had people from
white folks offended
black,
by that.
Brown, yellow, green, everybody was like, why are they making these comments? So leave your racist views and your racist comments, leave them offline, man.
And no one's gonna miss you over at the Black Heritage Festival.
If you don't want to come to the Black Heritage Festival, don't come. Right. Okay.
No one's gonna miss you.
You don't have to go online and leave comments that's gonna be offensive to people. I mean, it's freedom of speech. this is Facebook. If they didn't block you, apparently you didn't do anything wrong. So maybe nobody reported it. I really don't care one way or the other,
Me
but
either.
I got texts on it. So
No, I'm a black man, and I'm gonna respond to that because
Yeah.
I was offended by that.
Yeah.
You know, again, we have 365 days out of the year. We're giving Black History 1 month, the shortest month of the year, and you know you
they
have
want to
people
do away
making
with that.
disparaging comments about that. Come on, we're bigger than that.
So again, people, let's be nice to each other. You know, we know it's an election year. Trump won. Trump is now on the clock right now. You can't blame nothing on Biden right now. You can't blame nothing on Harris and Obama and Bush, George W. Bush. You can't blame. It's Trump, Donald Trump. He's the president now. So everything that goes wrong in this country, point your fingers at him. Okay?
And I'm so sick and tired of that DEI word. You know.
That's all.
That's the new
Trump's
N
mess.
word now. That's what that is. But
Yeah,
still be as it may. I mean,
race and Black history.
you know,
that's what they want to
be
do.
as it may with that DEI crap.
But you'll never be able to erase Black history, not long as we here. You know, we're gonna always let you know about it. So have at it. You know, whatever. You know, if you don't agree with us, that's fine. You know, we're gonna say what we want to say on our podcast here. So those offensive comments, people get away from them. Okay. And moving on from that, you got the 4th annual Black Lux of Picnic and Music Festival, celebrating Black history and the excellence of the Black culture. That's going to be from 2 to 6 p.m. Saturday at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater. That's going to be 20405 Amphitheater Circle, Boca Raton, Florida. That's going to be this Saturday, February the 15th. I went last year, and let me tell you guys, I was very, very, very impressed by the Black Lux Picnic and Music Festival. I was very impressed. If you never went to the Black Lux Festival, please go. If you can make it, if you don't have anything to do on Saturday, if you got some free time, it's up in Boca Raton. I believe you get on Glaze Road and just ride it all the way out. I mean, it's way out there. It's in a nice little park out there, and the amphitheater is facing the water, and you can see the boats going out there. It's really nice. It's really nice. So people, if you get a chance to go to the Black Lux Festival, it's this Saturday on February the 15th from 2 to 6 p.m. You can buy your tickets online. www.blackluxepicnic.com. That's www.blackluxepicnic.com. So
and we were trying to get someone from Daryl was trying to get someone from the organization, but somehow or another the scheduling got tied up on their end, and we couldn't get them on. But we would love for them to come on and explain the event. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to get them, but maybe next time.
Yeah, it's an event that you'll be very happy to go to. I saw the ladies out there were very cute and sexy, had the nice hats on, you know, the little wraps on, the little African wraps, and they had the nice dresses on, and everybody had their little tents out there set up in the grass, and they had it decorated, and you could bring your own food. You could bring your own food and set up your own little tables, and they had the nice little kitchenware on the tables and the forks, and I tell you, man, it was really, really nice. I think I have some pictures. I know I have some pictures from last year. I'll put them up on our podcast page. So Black Lux Picnic and Music Festival, you on the clock this Saturday, February 15th, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm sorry. I don't know who they're going to have as entertainment, but it is worth going. The fellas was out there with their hats on and smoking their cigars, and they all had on their suits and everything, man. They really represented it. Represented last year, man. And it is an event that you should all. I'd like to bring Black Lux here to Deerfield Beach, man. If we ever get an amphitheater here. That was one of the questions I meant to ask Timothy Chad Stevens. What are his feelings on a black, not a black, but an amphitheater.
Yes.
An amphitheater here in Deerfield Beach. So it's not going to go away. The question is going to keep on coming up to whatever mayor is elected here next month. the people here in Deerfield Beach want an amphitheater, and we're gonna keep on bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up. And if you think we shouldn't have an amphitheater here, don't vote for them. Okay, whoever it is that goes up there and says that we don't need an amphitheater here, don't vote for them.
Ask them that too,
because we want one and we will get
at
one
these
here.
candidate forums. We have candidate forums going on here in the next 2 weeks here. So any questions that y'all have, you're going to have one at the Tigna Center, a candidate forum. You're going to have one next week at the Greater Bethel AME Church, and that's 370 North Deerfield Avenue, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's going to be next Thursday, February
the 20th.
From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Greater Bethel AME Church. All 3 of the mayoral candidates have confirmed that they will be there. That will be moderated by former state rep Patricia Williams. She will be the moderator of the candidate forum for the Deerfield Beach mayor. So come on out, everyone, next Thursday at the Greater Bethel AME Church in Deerfield Beach. Also, Daryl, I'm quite sure some more you might be getting ready to say over the other candidate forums that's going on too around.
I don't have I'm looking for the flyer right now, but I believe they have one on the 25th at the Johnny L. Tigna Center. Maybe I gotta find. I'm looking for the flyer. I know they sent it to us, but it's going to be 2 or 3, and then you're going to have one over on the beach on the east side, I believe, at one of the hotels over there or something.
Yeah, I see it right now.
3 candidate for
Tuesday, February 25th at 6:30 p.m.
Yes,
this is going to be at the Oviedo McKeithen Recreational Complex, 445 Southwest 2nd Street, and it's going to be the sponsor and moderator. I think it's the League of Women Voters. It's going to be sponsoring and moderating that. And it's going to be the mayor and District 3 and 4. All candidates have been invited there. Again, that's going to be Tuesday, February 25th at 6:30 p.m. at the Oviedo McKeithen Recreational Complex. I'm quite sure it will be in the Tigna Center where they will have that. That is the Tigna Center. And I'm going by the flyer right now. And that is going to be the League of Women Voters for that candidate forum. And I know it's another one. I'm looking for that too. It's going to be at the Embassy Suites, I believe it is. I'm looking for it. Didn't have it up. We jumped right off our podcast.
So many people have sent it to us, and it's in different text messages.
Right. And I want to make sure I get every one of them because I want to make sure everyone have that information. Okay, this one here is Monday, February 24th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. And this is going to be at the Wyndham Deerfield Beach Resort, 2096 Northeast 2nd Street, and that's Deerfield Beach. And that is going to be a Deerfield Beach mayoral candidate forum. Again, that's going to be Monday, February 24th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. at the Wyndham Deerfield Beach Resort, 2096 Northeast 2nd Street, Deerfield Beach, Florida, 33441. I would go out and if you can make it to all of them, go out and stay informed on all the districts, because we have district races in District 3, District 4, and for the mayor.
And don't be afraid to ask these candidates tough questions, specifically about District 2 here, which is our community here in the Black community, however way you want to call it. Make sure you ask each and every one of these candidates specific questions pertaining to District 2. Okay. And I know it's been some statements made at past meetings that people want to ask these candidates, and some comments made online. So make sure you ask tough questions and you be polite. Of course, we're gonna make sure you're
Definitely.
polite,
That's the first
but
thing.
you make sure you ask them tough questions, and they need to answer your questions to your satisfaction. So that's going to be again, like my brother said, it's going to be February the 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Greater Bethel AME Church in Deerfield Beach at 370 North Deerfield Avenue. That's the little the church, like going to the waterfront. If you're familiar with Deerfield Beach, if you're going up to the waterfront, it's that church on the right as soon as you pass M&W Pumps there. So, and the moderator will be former state representative Patricia Williams. She'll be asking questions that she's going to have for the first hour, and then the second hour
It's Q&A.
is all Q&A. You know, you're only going to get a chance to ask one question. Okay, not no 3 and 4 questions, and one person isn't going to stand up to the mic for 10, 15 minutes. Okay, you're going to get one question. So we want to make sure, that you know the rules. The last hour will be Q&A from anybody that wants to walk up to that microphone and ask Mr. Drowski, Mr. Hers, or Mr. Stevens, Chad Stevens, a question pertaining to being the candidate for mayor. You can ask him anything you want, okay? And there's no censorship here. We're not in on the question. We're going to be hosting it because it's our church, but we won't be the one that's asking the questions, okay? So,
And just be mindful that it is a church setting where you're at. So we like for everyone to be civil and be polite and respectful towards the candidates. They ask them the tough questions, but just be polite and civil to them.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
same as
that's
you.
all we're asking.
The same respect you want, you give that same respect to them. There won't be any censorship here. We won't be, reading, whatever,
Taking something out of a box or something. It's not
we
going to
won't
be
do
no
any of
trick
that stuff there.
questions.
No trick question. Whatever question you want to ask, you walk up to the microphone and you ask the candidates. You either one candidate or you pose the question to all of them. But it's on you. But you're only going to get one question, okay? Want to make that perfectly clear. You will not be standing up there for 5 or 10 minutes.
We're going to end it at 8 p.m.
Yeah, we're going to end promptly. We're going to start at 6 p.m. and we're going to end it at 8. So we're not going to be there. Our pastor, Reverend Henry E. Green Jr. has blessed us with the church for 2 hours. And we're going to make sure that we be mindful of the time that he gave us to have the forum at Greater Bethel. So we're not going to be there all night. And I'm going to say it again. This is my last time saying it. You're only going to get one question. Okay.
Make that question count.
So make your question count. And we're gonna whisk you away. You got to go. You can't
we're gonna
stand
cut
up
the
there.
mic off.
We're gonna turn your microphone off.
Mike.
You won't be able to. And we're gonna instruct the candidates to only answer just that one question. Okay. So those are the rules. If you don't like that, then you shouldn't come. And we're gonna stream it live on
Adams Brothers Podcast
Adams Brothers Podcast page.
Also, tomorrow we have a interview at 5:30 p.m. and at 6:30 tomorrow. Join the Adams Brothers Podcast Thursday, February 13th at 5:30 p.m. as we will be joined by author, writer, and filmmaker Harry Saffold Jr. And Mr. Saffold has a story to tell. If you're ever in the Atlanta area, Mr. Saffold paints in the park, one of the parks in the Atlanta area. And we had a viewer that we never met, but she watches our podcast from Atlanta, and she sent us his information. So we will definitely have Mr. Saffold. He's an excellent painter. He does social justice paintings. He does other paintings, but his artwork, he will have some behind him tomorrow. We're not all politics on here, so we just want to make everyone clear. This is not no 100% political podcast. We are in the political season, so yes, we're gonna make sure that we get all our candidates in. But we also do other things besides politics on this podcast. Then at 6:30 p.m. join the Adams Brothers podcast again at 6:30 tomorrow, February 13th, as we will be joined by Deerfield Beach District 4 Commission candidate Tom Plott. I believe that's his name.
Yeah.
I hope I got his spelling of his name right. If I didn't, please forgive me, Mr. Plott. But we will have District 4 Commission candidate Tom Plott on at 6:30, around the 6:30 area tomorrow. But yes, join us. I never met Mr. Plott. I reached out to the other District 4 Commission candidate, never responded back. So hopefully he responds back and we can get him on here. But we're going to go on. We're going to forge on with Mr. Plott tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. and with Mr. Henry Saffel at 5:30 p.m. So we're going to have, I think you're going to definitely want to see Mr. Saffel and Mr. Plott tells us about his political aspirations and give us a little bit of his platform like Mr. Stevens did today. Very interesting conversation today. And we hope to have that same vibe from Mr. Plott tomorrow. I talked to him on the phone. He seems like a very nice guy. I never met him, but he sounded like a very nice guy.
Let's acknowledge some of our guests that's in the room right now. Tony Get Sensational Sands. What's up, Tony? Glenn Tyson says, hello, Adams brother. Hey, Glenn. Willie Hurd. What's up, Hurd? Charlotte Kaysen. Who else we got here? We have Anita Burns, Leon Patterson, Shirley Harden. Hey, Shirley. Tony Rivera. Hey, Tony, how you doing now, my friend?
Tony.
Up there in Port St. Lucie. And Easy Bar. What's up, Easy? How you all doing? And thank you all for
Naomi
joining us
Johnson,
here.
too.
Naomi Johnson.
Yes, Naomi Johnson is watching.
Yeah, Naomi Johnson.
We can see them on different.
Yeah, different things.
Unique Black was also on.
So, yeah, I think. Let me see. Did we miss anything here? We talked a little bit about the Super Bowl. Man, everybody was upset on Twitter about Kendrick Lamar, his halftime show.
A lot of people say they didn't understand.
They didn't understand it, and even I missed. I have to say I missed some of it because I didn't know the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I didn't know that Drake used to date Serena Williams, and it was a message behind
Samuel Jackson.
The show. Yes, it was a message behind the show, and I didn't get it at the time, but after I went back and watched it, I did get it. But the comments that we read online, man, these people are brutal. Every time a rapper or something comes on and does a halftime show, just go back on Twitter and read the comments, man. These comments are like borderline racist, man. I'm telling you, man.
Gangsters and
let's see, we got somebody. I think we got Tony calling.
But we had for years. We had.
And to accept, press 1. To voicemail, press 2.
Hey Tony, how you doing, my brother? And thank you for calling in. What's going on?
What's on, my brother? How y'all doing?
All right.
We doing good, man.
Doing good, man.
What's going on? What's on your mind?
Talk to us.
Oh man, what's going on? You speak about the Super Bowl.
Hey Tony,
what's on your mind?
before you get on, before you start, I think we getting a echo.
Do you have anything on
just
around you?
turn the radio down or turn the audio down.
You got it? Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Speaking on, like you said, speaking of Super Bowl show, in reference to the Super Bowl show, the only thing I think about that is people were saying a message was sent, and it was nice art that, but it leads us back to what we continue to do in the Black community. You sent the message, you're trying to send the message to America, correct?
Yes.
In sending his halftime show, he was sending the message to America. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. You're right.
Some problems going on. But why in the process of your message, you go and demean another black man and it makes your message? You see what I'm saying?
When you say
Yeah.
another
Because-
black man, you're talking about Drake, right?
Canadian
And
artist
some may
Drake.
say, oh, he's black. And some may say, well, he's not black, or his father is black.
And Drake is
So
black.
that makes him correct. So what I'm saying, when you ask the youth, if you were sending a message for us, for our age, we've lived through the message. We've seen the message. But if they're trying to get the message across to the younger generation, they didn't see the message, they saw it. So the message got lost. And that's what I was telling people. The message is lost because your beef overtook the bigger cause that you was trying to do.
Yeah. And I agree. I agree that, that it was, bringing Serena on stage and,
Crip walking.
she was doing a crip walk dance, and she had got criticized for doing that dance at one of the opens. I believe it was in Australia or London or something like that. And it like you say, it was a powerful statement, but it sent a negative message at the same time
To a lot of people.
to a lot
of people were celebrating it. So, I mean, if you're like, I think definitely my age, I'm 58. I didn't really understand that first, but I knew it was a meaning. I was just trying to put it together myself. But Dr. Boyce Watkins spoke of that too. Anybody follow? He's one of the economic geniuses in the African-American community. Dr. Boyce Watkins, he spoke about what you're talking about, Tony, about demeaning another black man, and a few others spoke about it too, like Stephen A. Smith. He spoke out about with Serena, with Stephen A. Smith said something of the line of Serena doing that when she have a husband now. So it's a lot of controversy. I don't, only opinion that I agree with you, Tony, that I always say, you see me say this on here, look, like people, no one should even be online or arguing, especially us.
attacking ourselves.
I mean,
Yeah.
that
Our
doesn't
own
look
people.
good, because we saw the Tupac, we saw the Biggies
Yeah.
of the 90s, and it was just death and destruction. And I just hope that this Drake and Kendrick beef doesn't get to that. And you can go on, Tony. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing. See, I deal with a lot of you, so I asked them the questions. The question I asked them, how did you like the Super Bowl show? I asked one young lady, she said, I didn't see it, but my friends told me that Drake and Kendrick Lamar was beefing. And I said, that's all you got out of it? She said, yeah, they were beefing. So I'm like, okay. And I surveyed a couple other youths, and that's what they took from it. So did your message really get across? Because as I say, we in our generation, we lived through this message.
Mhm.
We understand the message. So we're trying to educate. We got to make the message a little bit more clear so the people that need to hear it can partake in it right then.
Right.
If we send a message and it takes people forever to get the message, was the message good to get across?
Yeah.
How good are we in getting the message across? We can't make it too difficult that people can't understand it and that kids lose it, because our generation, this younger generation, only thing they're looking for is beats. They're not looking for messages because all they see is beats. Like you say, we lived through this same beat, Tupac and Biggie, and we lost two of our greatest rappers. We lost two of our greatest rappers, all because of beat. You put one side of the country against another side. It was right, East against
East
West
Coast, West
East
Coast.
Coast against West Coast.
Yeah.
And it became to where it divided people, to where it became violent, and it cost two people their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Let's make sure that this beef stays, if it's going to stay as radio beef, and there's nothing wrong with if you have that. But what I'm saying, let's keep it as that. But now we're starting to. If you look at it now, it's a vision because you got those that love Drake, and you got those that love Kendrick Lamar, and now you got two sides beefing all over again.
Yeah, and it's big in the rap game because if you remember back, Snoop and Dre, you know, on their album The Chronic, they were dissing Luke. And Luke was, you know, Luke and JT Money, they were dissing you know, Snoop and Dre, Dr. Dre on their album. You know, they were going back and forth, man, and it got real deep. And then, you know, when Ice Cube you know, broke away from NWA, you know, he put out No Vaseline and he went in on NWA, Dr. Dre and Yella and all of them on his album.
And I
No
told
Vaseline.
Tony, I thought that was, you know, back in those days, I was in my 20s. I thought that was cool back then. But as I got older and saw the death and destruction that came behind that and the hurt from Pac and Biggie, Miss Valletta Wallace and Afeni, Shakur, the hurt, watching the documentaries, no justice really, even though we know who did what now, but just to watch and see the destruction that came behind that beef, it can easily get out of hand. And I just hope as two black men that they can put their differences to the side and work together for the betterment of society and humanity. That's just my take on it.
Sooner or later, they're going to be in the same city somewhere in the world, somewhere in this country or Canada or somewhere in the world. And you know how that usually ends in violence and fighting, man. Yeah. So they need to just squash all of that stuff right now. Squash all of that beef,
talented
man.
Guys.
Make your money, man, and go enjoy life, man, you know?
I mean, those guys are multi-talented. Yeah. I mean, look at Kendrick, just won about 5 Grammys. 5. Yeah. I think the only other person that I think I know was either Whitney and Michael and maybe Lionel Richie or maybe Springsteen and someone else, maybe a few other people besides that. But yeah, make your money, man. And it's easy for me to say that now. Like I say, I thought during those days that it was cool when Pac and Biggie was going at it. I mean, as I say, I grew older and I see the death and destruction that came behind that. So I just hope the younger people, I think one day they will look back at this themselves and hopefully nothing comes out of this. Yeah. I just hope that it's ended at some point.
We lost because of this little beefing back and forth. We lost the GOAT, the greatest rapper of all time. That's Tupac. So the younger people, they love Pac, man. You know, they go back and listen to him. He was a brilliant rapper, just like Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, Tony, he sent a powerful message, but the message got lost within the beef between them two. But go ahead, Tony.
And you know, and like you said, we're getting so wrapped up in that beef that we're losing the beef that we should be focusing on, as you guys spoke about the comments that was put on the page about Black history. But that's not it. There's even another story that just came out dealing with the high school American Heritage.
Tell us about it.
You guys got a chance.
No, tell us our viewers about it, because I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, fill us in.
Yeah, it was allegedly a video that was put out, and it was with the owners of the school, grandkids. One of the owners, grandsons, put out a video on it where it got out. I don't know if he put it out, but it got out of him using the N-word. And as a matter of fact, while we're in the process, while I'm speaking with you, it put light on, and as I was talking to someone earlier, I say, listen, it's a difference when there's another kid at the school that may have used it and it got out. But when it's the owners of the school children, it even adds a bigger light to this whole video. And it's been circulating around, but I think a lot of people have, as you say, you guys, it's been circulating around social media and you guys haven't even heard it or even seen about it. I was shocked by the video, because I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. And I look at the video because I wanted to make sure that the video wasn't AI by the kid. But
Right.
a source of mine, a good source of mine said, no, it wasn't AI because the kid has been expelled from his parents' school. His parents, because his granddad, this is his granddad that owns the school, wind up expelling him. Wayne, I'm gonna send this to you as we
Yes,
speak
definitely.
right now.
Definitely.
I'm sending that to you as we speak now. And I just want, I was making, because I went back and forth. I'm saying, is he saying the N word? Is he saying liquor? So I couldn't figure out which one was he saying. So I was like, I said, nah, that don't sound like he's saying liquor. Because in some of the comments it said, no, it sounds like he's saying liquor. When you look at the video I just sent you, it was, it said it light again on, that's what I'm saying. We can't interbeat with each other, and things are happening and we are not seeing them come because we're so focused in these rap beats that go on.
Right.
And that's why I say that message has got to be clearer to that younger generation.
Yeah.
It's not going to be our generation that's going to carry this. It's going to be that younger generation, and we got to get that message to that younger generation, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, because they get caught up all in that rap beef and those beefs, and it's just nothing out there good. I mean, you look back. It's also a show I want people to go back and look at it. I know it's on. It's called Hip Hop Homicide, and it's narrated by Van Lathan.
Yeah, I see that.
And it's produced by 50 Cent, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And y'all got to go back and look at it. And a lot of that from Hip Hop Homicides, and it talks even about XX Extension. And it goes a deep dive into how they were killed. And a lot of it had to do with the same type of beefs that we're seeing right now. And I know people are going to look at it and say, oh, y'all old heads. Well, whatever, again. It's one thing I know about. I know about death and destruction in our community, and I know it needs to stop. And you can say old heads or whatever. I don't understand.
We don't know what we're talking about.
But I know one thing about death is no coming back to death after you're gone from here.
See, when they call us old heads, the one thing about us as old heads, when we fought with our fists, and we were able to come back tomorrow and live again. But this generation,
they're pulling out those choppers
upon them because they only know to destroy each other.
Yeah.
They only know to destroy.
Yeah, they're pulling out those choppers.
And you another day, and you live the day to where you can make up with each other.
Yeah.
When you pull the trigger in this day and age, there's no making up. It is over. It is, you destroy the whole, not only that person's life, you destroyed the multitudes of people that's in that person's life and in your life, because now your life is taken and that other family life is taken. So it is a pebble it's a thorn, a rock in a pond, and the ripples go out, and you don't know how far the ripples are going to go.
That's right.
But like I say, man, we just gotta make sure that the messages that we are sending, especially like you say, we're on the biggest platform.
Oh yeah.
You understand the Super Bowl was the biggest platform that you can be on when it comes to artists. They love that platform, and it's a platform that you don't get paid for.
Yeah, that's right. And you were there. You were there too, weren't you, Tony?
Listen, I was there we left out earlier. Me and Mike left and went back to Dallas. I left and came back. I got back here because I love to, I go out and I love to spend the Super Bowl with my family, having a great time with them. We go out and go out to the Super Bowl, do what we got to do out there, making appearances. But then we want to, be back with our family. And it was the first time Mike said he got a chance to actually watch a football game, not to be covering it. So we want, like I said, we was out and we knew it was going to get even more crazier than what it was. I mean, that was, like I said, the safest city. I told people that was the safest city in America.
Yeah.
If you were escorted everywhere you went throughout the city. There were snipers on the roofs. Every corner that you went to on Bourbon Street, there was at least you got military trucks sitting with about 20 military guys with their guns outside of if you can name a law enforcement agency throughout the federal government, they was on site. Even leaving South Florida to get on a plane to head to New Orleans, you know how you go through your first round of TSA. You go through that first round of TSA. You go through, you show you. Well, actually at the gate, going out to New Orleans, at the gate they had PSA again. So you had to go through that process a whole nother time. I had never seen that in traveling to the Super Bowl at all. So it was, like I say, the security was tight on what took place. And to go by the memorial, I had a chance to go by. I saw the memorial. It was, man, just to think about looking at that street and thinking that a madman went down that street, destroying people's lives was amazing. There was a lot of people sat by that memorial and just
a lot of things went down in New Orleans. One of our friends, Chris Oates, Chris and Queenie Carver, their son, little Chris was murdered right there on right there in New Orleans. Shot by a stray bullet and killed him, man. So and then you got the crazy man came out and plowed down people and then got out shooting at the cops and everything. And it's just so much going on in the world, man. And like you said, that was the safest city to be in the United States to be in, and especially when Trump showed up there. You had U.S. Secret Service agents there. You can't get nowhere close to him.
Yeah, and they shut down the airways. They shut down it was a no-fly zone for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Until he landed. So it was, like I said, it was a great time. Probably when you look at Super Bowls, and I've been to probably the last 20 Super Bowls I've attended, and it was probably, when it comes to set up for the Super Bowl, the best place to have the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Right.
For everything was centrally located. When Miami had it on South Beach, it was nice. But once Miami had it, and they had some on South Beach, they had some in Fort Lauderdale, they had some in Miramar, you scattered it out in too many places. So it made it, like I said, New Orleans would probably, to me, would get an A when it comes to preparation with the Super Bowl and the way they handled everything there.
Yeah, because we saw the videos you were putting up. We saw the National Guardsmen, and they always do an excellent job. Our law enforcement people, our EMS across the country, hats off to them. I mean, like you said, it looked like, just from home looking at it, and I was looking at all the podcasts with different people on it, and it looked like you said, one of the safest places to be in America. Besides, if you ever been to Mid-Manhattan, New York, you will see it's just like that. It's like when me and Daryl was there, it was like 2-3 cops with assault rifles on every corner. Even when we went to Harlem, we saw the same thing. So I would like to go back to New Orleans again. Me and Daryl was just there around 2018, I believe it was. Daryl, we were there. We were there
for my 50th birthday.
Yeah, we were there, and it was nice. I mean, the city was nice. I mean, it was very nice. We went to a little hole in the wall club called Betty's.
Bertha's place.
Had awesome chicken wings, but I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Good music.
Too, man. They played some good music.
And it was in the hood where we went to. I mean, we Ubered there, and it was nice. It was a nice setting.
Good food. The food was good, and surprisingly, it was my birthday was April 21st. So when we got there, it was cold there.
Yes, it was. It was very
real cold, and
night.
it was just a picture perfect weekend.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time there, man. You always seem like you have a good time.
75.
Yeah.
Weather was 75.
Oh yeah.
Great weather. Best weather outside of Miami. Well, you got to remember, it was raining Super Bowl when Miami had it, but it was great weather. So
right.
New Orleans did it when it comes to putting on the Super Bowl. I'm quite sure they say they'll be back up for bid in the next 4 years.
Yeah,
I think most of them have been held there, right, at the Superdome. But they have the most.
A lot of them. Yeah,
because Miami was in the runnings one time and years ago. I know Miami was in the running for having the most Super Bowls, but I'm quite sure the
they don't have a dome. They don't have a covered top. So.
Yeah, we did all that work and then put a cover over
roof on it.
Roof on it. It's on the field. I just thought that didn't make sense. Even when they did the $800 million renovations here, Ross did that. I thought he should have just at least put a cover on it at least.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that. So yeah.
Yep. So
Want to read some of the comments in the Tara, Miss Tara Portier. We will get with you on the Seal and Expunge workshop
coming
on February 27th. Expect a call from Daryl. And also Miss Tara Portier said they don't have conflict resolution skills, Tony. Back to what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that as always, that, and like you say, they don't put enough funding and know-how behind how to have conflict resolution. But as we get educated and we get, more like us, like we say, we knew from our past that this is not correct. So we as adults got to help navigate them through it.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of our adults, from our past mistakes that we've seen, like you said, when you've seen how the Tupac biggest situation got it, we know better. So when we know better,
you do better.
We got to do better.
Absolutely.
We got to get boots on the ground when it comes to a lot of this. And we are, like I say, that's where we've lost it, because we get too busy worrying about, we want to beef with each other rather than helping each other. And that's one of our issues that we as a community, like I say, before we try to send message to other communities, we got to correct what's going on within our community.
Oh,
that's true.
No doubt.
I agree.
We have to tackle the issues within our community, how we deal with each other, how we talk with each other. I mean, you see two of us, two people, it's like I don't know, it's like they try to destroy each other. I don't understand it. I mean, the older I get, I mean, call me an old head or whatever. I just don't. Like you said, Tony, we fought with our friends when we were kids, and we were right back out there the next day.
The next day.
If not that evening, and even in high school and whatever, we might have got mad with each other, but most of the time we were back at the park out there. We might have got mad, and we were right at then West Side Park, now Vita Makita. We were right back over there. God, come on over there. We were all, whatever was going on, we were right back friends. And in those days, the conflict resolution was not just grabbing a gun, shooting somebody with a gun. So that part there,
that's their resolution today.
I wouldn't. I guess call me an old head, because they right. I would never understand that part, that you gotta pull out an extra clip just to deal with a guy. I just throw them hands and get it over with, like we did, and walk away to live the next day. Don't throw them hands and then you get beat. You pull out a gun. You're so embarrassed, and now you spend the rest of your life in prison.
Yeah.
Because that's what's gonna happen here in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Because if you pull that gun out and even if you shoot it,
you can't take that bullet back once you shoot.
Even if you shoot it, you're gonna most likely spend probably the next 15 years, and you're gonna do 85% of your sentence unless you win some type of appeal. So it's not even worth throwing your life away here. Just walk away, man. I just tell these young people to just walk away. I mean, it's not worth it. Young, old, just walk away. Traffic, when you're in a car, don't argue with no one. Just go on. It's not even worth your life, because like you said, Tony, it has a domino effect. I mean, you go back and you look at those rappers and look at hip hop homicide. The mothers, the families were depending on those rappers to bring them generational wealth, to bring them wealth, and they're gone now. And most of them had just started out, so they're not getting the residuals from those contracts that most people might think that they're getting, because they was just starting out in the industry. And that leaves, just to look at hip hop homicide and look at the mothers of a lot of people, like I saw, like King Von and Mo 3, their moms, just to look at XX Extension's mom on there talking, and those people were depending on them, man, and now they're gone. So the domino effect is real.
Yeah.
And Tara Portier says there's no respect for human life. You're absolutely right, Miss Portier. It's like we don't treasure. A lot of us in our community don't treasure human life anymore.
Karen Solomon, what's up to Karen? I haven't seen you in a while, Karen. So, Tony, any final thoughts here before we get up out of here, man? Anything on your mind? Anything you want to talk about?
Listen, man, like I said, let's continue to, as we say, keep boots on the ground. Let's continue to keep educating. Let's continue to help our young people navigate through this system, man, and enjoy life, and let them live to what, like we are, to be able to get to 57, 58 years old, because a lot of them never see that. So if we can navigate and help them get to those ages, that means we as men in our community, we've done our job.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Yeah,
well
Tara
said.
Porter said and she's right. We had electives in school like shop, automotive, cooking, home economics, etc. These kids aren't learning anything. All they're doing is testing them, not teaching these kids nothing. And most of them don't even know how to change a tire on a car or change a battery. Most of them don't even know how to mop a floor. I mean, if you ask most of these young kids to do any of that, they wouldn't know what to do. They really wouldn't.
Coming to America, when Eddie Murphy, they asked Eddie Murphy, can he mop the floor? He said, yes, of course. And he put the mop in the bucket and he was just swerving the bucket around. And that makes me think of these kids these days. You know, they don't know, they don't have no skills, that they were taught. They just,
they don't even know how to make up a bed.
They game all day long. They game all to 5 o'clock in the morning, then sleep. Go to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. So we want to get up 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That would have never happened in our house, man. Our mama and them would be waking us up 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. I'm like, get up, let's clean this house.
Josephine Adams was gonna get you you were gonna be up by 7 o'clock cleaning and mopping and whatever. I mean, that was just it. But it's a different time and
different age right now.
Different time and different age. And hey, I try to grow and go along and understand the this new generation. I just, the gift always was told to me was getting old. I mean, you hear them now that they got all these names, YN and old head, and we know what that YN, we know what that means. But I mean, it's so many names out there that they have. Like I say, I just hope. I saw Courtney Bailey said the other day, C. Bailey, and he was just so glad about turning 50. He was talking about turning 50 and how much it meant to him. And you could see in his post that that meant a lot to him, just like it did to me to turn 50.
That's a milestone. Not a lot of people have, can reach, there are a lot of people didn't make 50. They're out in the graveyard right now, man. So that's a milestone.
Yeah. Steve Bailey was very happy to turn 50, and that is a milestone to see that, and to see so many people around us that's dying to make it there was very good.
Two things, Tony. I see your sister-in-law had a nice Super Bowl party, man. She didn't invite us to a Super Bowl party, man. So you let your sister-in-law know we ain't on her VIP list no more. That's the second thing. She had an anniversary thing. We didn't get invited. She had a little Super Bowl party down there. We ain't get invited, man. Now, I wonder we still friends right now. So you got to tell Sharosky, man. She got to put us on that list, bro.
Anything I'm a part of. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I had to fly back to make sure. I had to fly back earlier than necessary. Cause you see the big screen that was out front.
Yeah, I saw it.
I had to make sure that I put that up. That's the screen I use that screen when I bring my grandchildren over to my house. I had ordered a screen and everything for my backyard. And I use that screen for my grandchildren, what we call movie night.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is big into family. My wife is big into having family over, and I get a call when I'm. Make sure you get back here in time enough to set that screen up. Now I'm at the Super Bowl. That's the main thing. make sure you get back here in time enough to set that screen up. I don't want you to talk about you to miss the flight. Get back here and get that. So I spent the day making sure that everything would go right with this. Make sure I set up the screen. But yeah, we had a great time. Y'all know, listen, anything that we do, y'all know y'all invite.
Oh no,
I
doubt.
know.
No
I guess
doubt.
that's it.
Same here with us.
I know
I tell my wife
you
that
all
all the
invited.
time.
We talk about your sister-in-law, Sharonsky.
Sasha.
Sasha, Miss
Sasha.
Sasha, who ain't
Don't
been
forget
invited
about
us to
me and
nothing.
Daryl,
Yeah, don't
okay?
forget about your brothers
I
over
got
here.
to make sure. I got to make sure I tell her the next time. Listen, when we do it, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it even
Yeah.
bigger next time.
Yeah,
We gonna merge with her neighbors.
Yeah.
Her neighbors and have a big.
they had the whole neighborhood over there. I saw the video she posted. I was
Yeah.
like, man, it's
Yeah,
a
we had-
lot of people there, man.
Sasha, don't forget about these Adams brothers
Don't
now.
forget about the Adams brothers. Over there. Yeah,
Hey.
you know, she been loaned up for 40 years or more. So hey, don't
Yeah.
forget about your brothers over here.
We were at our parents' house watching it. I mean, my dad got his backyard fixed up. Not as good as your backyard, Tony, but it's
comfortable.
nice.
It's
It's comfortable. Yeah, it's comfortable. My dad can go back there, and my mom can go back there and watch TV. So it's very comfortable. So we were there with pretty much my nieces and nephews and my daughter. All us was there. We had a good time.
Yeah.
It was just a blessing still to enjoy the Super Bowl with your parents.
Yeah, we still have our
You
parents.
know, they
both of
still
them
here,
living,
so
man.
it was
thank God for
a
that.
joy to be able to watch it with them.
Yeah. And the final thing is, the Black Lux picnic is this weekend. You plan on going up to the Black Lux? I don't know if you've ever attended, but man, if you have,
I want, and it's going to be something that I'm going to tell my wife, let me and her get out, because I remember she wanted to put one of those on.
yes, I
That was one
remember.
of the things she wanted to put one on here in the city of Dip. So what me and her, we are going out to it. I remember when you told me about it the first time that you had went out to it, you emphasized that, man, it's nice. It is great. Because like I say, it's very rare to where we can get out and hang with people our age. And the one thing we ain't got to worry about is chaos breaking out, because everybody are professionals and ain't nobody trying to get their clothes dirty. So yeah, me and her are going to make sure that we go out. We're going to watch Silk Friday night down in Miami.
Right.
And then we're gonna attend that event. Like I said, we was at Mary J. Blige concert last night. Oh man, she put on the show.
Yeah, I saw
put on
Taffy. My friend
Last
Taffy
night?
was there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Down at the Hard Rock, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Black Lux Festival Picnic and Music Festival is this Saturday, February the 15th, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's up in Boca Raton. Greg, you get on Glaze Road from 95 and just ride it all the way out, and then I think you make a right and a left and a right, and you're right there, and it's a beautiful park all the way at the end of the road down there, and it's right there by the water and everything, man. The guys dress up real nice, man. They don't come in no, just half stepping. They dress up real nice, and they have their cigars and their nice shoes on and their glasses and their hats, man. And the women come. I mean, it's a dress to impress event, and they have your own little tents, and you have your little food tables out there, and they make little pallets in the grass and stuff, man. It's really, really, really nice, man. You'll be very impressed if you go. You won't want to miss it again.
What time does it start?
It starts at 2 p.m. It says here on the flyer 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Saturday, and tickets are available. You can go on www.blackluxpicnic.com, blackluxpicnic.com, and you can get your tickets online, man. You will be very, very impressed, man. I'm telling you, you will never ever want to miss that, man. And we got to get something like that in
Deerfield. Hopefully, we can bring that.
We
event,
have to. We must
to Deerfield Beach on the back of the south of the Johnny Tigner. We can bring something like that. I don't even think we probably need an amphitheater. We could, they can put a stage up back there, but hopefully we can get that event here one time. Maybe just one time throughout the year. Maybe we can. Hopefully get something like that, because like you say, when you look at it online, everyone is dressed up, is a good vibe. I mean, I never been, but just watching the videos and watching everything online, the vibe was nice and everything was nice out there.
Very nice vibe, man. They got black vendors out there. I mean, all black vendors, all black food trucks. vegan food trucks. Man, they have everything out there. The music, the DJ was on point, man. I saw all of my cousins out there last year, Keita and Shayla and Ashley and Fifth. I saw Jimmy, J5 up there, you know, and man, I had a good time, man. So by all means, man, if you and your wife could make it up there, man, I'm gonna definitely, I don't care what I'm doing, I'm gonna make it before it closes. I'm gonna be there. I can tell you that much.
That's what I'm gonna make my schedule with. When she get home tonight, we're gonna put our schedule together to definitely attend it, because I definitely want to attend it.
Yeah. Any closing remarks, Tony?
I want to read one more comment. I see
Go
Delrick wrote, Generation X, we are the last ones left to teach and hold family values as we were taught, but we are so outnumbered. And he said something about do all of Westside Park, dread it out. I don't know. I just hope we can get something nice, the Black Lux to come there. But that was it. Like I say, anything else, Tony? Because we're getting ready to get out of here because we've been on here since 5:30 p.m.
Woo, y'all been on the air a long time.
Yeah. We had a mayoral candidate, Timothy Chad Stevens on at at 5:30. So
I was watching that. All right, my brothers.
All right, you take it easy and you have a good evening. Tell Calandra I said hello.
I definitely will.
All right.
Thank you, Tony. Have a good evening, man. Say hello to your wife.
So we're getting ready to wrap it up. We want to thank everyone that joined us here. Join us back here tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. as we will have the painter and the artist, Mr. Harry, Atlanta Park artist. We're gonna have him here, and he paints social justice paintings, and he does other paintings of social value. Join us tomorrow for that. He's an author, documentary filmmaker out of Atlanta, and we're gonna have him here. He has a story to tell everyone, and that begins at 5:30. At 6:30 p.m. tomorrow, we're gonna have Deerfield Beach District 4 candidate Tom Plott, and he's running for the soon-to-be vacant seat. That is gonna be from Vice Mayor Todd Drosky. That's gonna be there. So yes, and also again, we're gonna have. It's gonna be a candidate forum. It's going to be one at Westside. Oh, I should say Westside. People get offended.
Tell them about ours first.
The one that we're putting together, it's not going to be, we're just putting it together. It's going to be held at Greater Bethel AME Church, and that's going to be for the mayoral candidates only. And that is going to be Thursday of next week, February 20th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Greater Bethel AME Church in Deerfield Beach. You're going to have Vice Mayor Todd Drosky, Dan Hertz, and Timothy Chad Stevens. They all have committed to be at the candidate forum. It will be moderated by former state legislator Patricia Williams. She's going to be moderating. And soon after that, we're going to have a Q&A question where the audience will be able to come and ask one question to the candidates, one question, and it's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. And no, you won't be censored in any way. Just know that, again, that you're in a church environment. And so, hold yourself accordingly and just know that you're in the house of the Lord. And that's all we ask. And like I say, that's going to be next Thursday, February 20th. From 6 to 8 p.m. at Greater Bethel AME Church. And that's going to be for the mayoral candidates. Also, again, don't forget about the Black Heritage. That's going to be at February 22nd. And that's going to be at the Doubletree Hotel. And that's going to doors open at 5:30 p.m. and I think it's going to go to 9 p.m. Like to see everyone come out there to the Black Heritage. hopefully we can get some more people. Also, I meant to say, Miss Tara Portier is going to be honored, I believe, this Tuesday night at the Deerfield February 18th Deerfield Beach City Commission meeting for her work in human trafficking and everything else under the umbrella. So again, come out and support Miss Tara Portier next Tuesday night as the Deerfield Beach Commission will be honoring her. Also, hopefully in the future, Miss Portier can be honored at the Black Heritage. I still don't know who the
We don't know
honorees
who the
are.
honorees
I
are.
haven't saw anything
But
who
we'll
the
find
honorees are for the Black Heritage.
We'll find out.
But we'll find out. But we'll see everyone back here tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. and again at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Y'all have a good evening and stay safe, and we love you.
That's all we have. Thank you all for rocking with the Adams Brothers podcast, man. Since 2020, man, we're gonna have our five-year anniversary next month in March, man. We burst onto the scene in March of 2020, and it's almost 2025. And we're still giving you all and putting out news and information that you can rely on, quality news and information. So thank you all for rocking with the Adams Brothers podcast. We love you all. We'll see you all here tomorrow at 5:30. Enjoy the rest of your evening and good night, everybody.
And we
love
will
you.
continue to keep elevating the dialogue and having engaging conversations. Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everybody.